I didn't want to yawn. I still might yawn. Good morning, beloveds. I'm tired. It's my own fault. We went to Dickens on the Strand yesterday, which is why I didn't do this yesterday. We got home a little bit before 9, maybe a little bit before 9. And there were 4 of us. It was great. It was an adventure picking up Lilia because, 45 and I-10 are closed. The exit between 45 and I-10 are closed. And that's where she lives. Well, she lives off I-10, not at that exit, but, so, you have to kind of go around your elbow to get to it. So, And then, so picking her up and dropping her off were interesting. And then I don't know what happened on the road, but we sat in traffic for a good 20 minutes. Like literally on I-45, we sat there. Like there were many, many times that I was 0 on a 65 mile an hour freeway. But whatever happened, we hope that everybody's okay. So yeah. And, then I got up this morning to go to the gym and, I was late getting up because I took all my medicine and then grabbed my phone and saw but the first thing I saw was the text message and I went, oh, so we went back to bed. So I'm not awake. I may not wake up all day because I'm officially on vacation until the 15th. That's when I go back to work. I don't know why I'm putting my glasses on. I don't need them. All right. But you're not here to listen to me ramble about whatever the heck is going on in my life. You're here for your spiritual power. So let's do the housekeeping. And the housekeeping is simply me reminding you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Yes. creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. That will get you 1 email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it means it. And when I say 1 a week, I mean it because the only thing that would get you another one is almost always weather. So if something happens that you need to know that it would affect your ability to come to the center, that would be why you would get one. So, and then, it's a blind CC, so nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. I will mention the social media merely because we don't monetize it. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is to engage with the pages. Like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual posts by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I'm the running Rev Ryan across the social medias that I'm on. It's a free and easy way to support the center. Okay. Now we are doing Your Spiritual Power, which says right here, it is a collection of inspirational writings, which Reverend Norm would call a library, because that's what he called the Bible. He calls the Bible, a library. Because it's a collection of books. It's a collection of works from Ernest Holmes that might not be found many other places. And we happen to be, and we're almost done too. Like, oh, my bookmarks disappeared. We are working our way through Living Without Fear, which is, this is where we are. A collection of Ernest Holmes' early Science of Mind magazine articles, which is why they have a different tone. Anytime people want to read Ernest Holmes, like if you've never read Ernest Holmes before, I never recommend you start with Science of Mind text. I would recommend starting with this thing called You. Living Without Fear is a really good one too, because I like the tone that he uses. It really feels like he's sitting on the other side of the table from me and we're having a conversation. So I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are too. Okay. So now that we have established all of that, and I'm going to undo my highlighter because, all right. The article today is an answer to every problem. Because, we all want that, right? Okay. So we are doing Living Without Fear. We happen to be in part 3, which is the practical use of Science of Mind. So an answer to every problem. It has been said that the only news we have from heaven has come through the consciousness of humanity, and the saying is true. The march of civilization, the advance of science, the creation of new and better concepts of God are emanations of the original intelligence through the intellect of humanity. Since the dawn of human consciousness, progress has rested in the mind of humanity. No new creation, no invention, no art, no literature or science has come from any other source. From this, it would seem as though the mind of humanity was the sole agent. And yet, when we note that the same impulses and emotions are stirring different generations and races into action, then we perceive that a truth gained by the mind of one person may be instantly recognized and used by all. We are led to the deeper realization that there is an infinite mind seeking outlet through all, operating in all, and governing all. The reason why it appears as though the mind of humanity was the sole agent is that the mind of humanity is the highest form of intelligent outlet we know of for the universal mind. I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him there. Merely from the standpoint is, well, he says that we know of, okay? And here's why I don't agree with him. Because dolphins are as smart as we are, and they have been smart enough not to build a civilization. So, like, they know how to talk to us, and we're really bad at communicating with them. It also, I'm not egotistical enough to think that in the entire universe, we are the only intelligent life on any planet. So, but it's just a semantic disagreement because I don't think he believes it either. I just, when you look at nature, there are clearly some, like I said, the dolphins, I think that they've made better choices than we did. So just, again, that's my opinion. And you are allowed to disagree with Ernest, which is mostly why I said that. Because every now and again you read something and you're like, And that's also for David Lemaster because he would definitely argue with that. Okay. What beings there are beyond us in the scale of cosmic evolution, we can only guess. But it seems logical to suppose the existence of beings whose consciousness transcends ours, as ours transcends that of the tadpole or the mud turtle. But here, in the life which we now lead, or in any life which we shall ever lead, the universal mind proclaims itself to us through us. Hence, any question we shall ever ask, even though it be answered by God itself, must be answered directly through the mind of humanity. Each individual gives voice to that which their own consciousness perceives. Each has access to the same original source and goes as far as they can, and before and within each lies the limitless possibility of further evolvement. Ooh, okay. Sorry, my brain is shorting out right now, and the cat is distracting. The infinite mind must contain an answer to every legitimate question. The infinite intelligence knows and will willingly respond to any and every properly made request. Which, by the way, when it says properly made request, there's no magic words. You just have to be in alignment with the nature of what you are asking. Which Ernest has said many, 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 many times. Okay? So when it says properly made request, there's no ritual. It's just making sure that the request you're making is in alignment with the nature of reality. Okay. we have immediate access to this intelligence, and in a very real sense, the answer to every question is potential within us because we are within it. We should learn to consciously draw upon it. The reason no person has fully plumbed the depths of their own mind lies in the fact that their mind merges with the universal, and we can never encompass the infinite. Herein lies the possibility of everlasting unfoldment, the glorious concept of an eternal emergence in ever-widening circles. There is no circle so great but that another may be drawn around it. The questions which are unanswered today will be answered tomorrow. More questions will take their place, and they in turn will be answered. It's one of the reasons why Ernest says that we are open at the top. He says, I don't have all the answers. And when you have all of the answers that I've been looking for, you will find new questions. So open at the top. There will always be new answers. There will always be new questions. It's a continuous unfoldment is what he likes to say, or evolvement. He used that word too. In seeking answers to our problems and questions, we need to realize and know there is an intelligence in me which knows the answer to every question. That right there, that's kind of the most important thing, is to know that there is an answer. There is nothing unknown to this mind. It has the solution to every problem. This mind is your mind. Okay, wait, hang on. This mind is my mind. It is now working in me, through me. It is acquainting my intellect, my conscious mind, with the desired information. The riddle of the universe is a paradox. The question is its own answer. For the mind that asks the question is also the mind that answers it. There is a place in the mind which reaches and unifies with the spirit of pure intelligence. Intelligent mind treatment is for the purpose of penetrating this inner intuitive perception, thus allowing it to descend into the intellect or conscious mind. The subjective state of our thought, being the result of our accumulated experience, may or may not be in a state of peace. Hence, it is necessary for the spiritual mind treatment to penetrate and permeate even the subjective currents of our thought. Okay. Ooh. It is really important when you're looking for answers to be peaceful, because calm waters are far more easy to navigate than turbulent waters. So, when our treatment or prayer stops in the area of mere remembrances, we simply rehearse our own accumulated experiences and those of the race mind. Hence, our treatment may degenerate into a mild form of daydreaming, perhaps pleasant, but generally unproductive. Treatment seeks to penetrate into the realms of the original creative spirit, to communicate or blend its atmosphere in perfect unity with the original source of knowledge. That's why Jesse talks about going to the place where nothing has ever been wrong. We are going to a place beyond us, yet within us. Spiritual mind treatment differs from the average prayer in this. The average prayer beseeches, while treatment acknowledges and accepts. But effective prayer or treatment in its highest form is the simple and direct communion of a person's soul or spirit with the oversoul or spirit. There is no possibility of illusion in true prayer and treatment, since it plunges completely through the present content of thought and is receptive only to the universal mind. That such a prayer and meditation find a corresponding response from some indwelling or overdwelling intelligence is an undeniable experience. The greatest minds of the ages have proved this fact beyond any question of doubt, and each one of us may prove it for ourselves if we give proper time and attention to the subject. As love alone knows love, and as that which is beauty in us responds to the beauty around us, so the mind which sets its visions above the confusion of objective strife meets and unifies with a presence which knows no strife. It would not be normal to spend one's whole time meditating in prayer. Okay, right there. Ha! It would not be normal to spend one's whole time meditating in prayer. Ernest said it. The belief in the advisability of doing this is a mistaken idea and arises from one's attempt to separate oneself from the world in which one lives. Meditation should stimulate the intellect to renewed and greater objective action. Thus, we should swing from prayer to performance, from meditation to action. I like it. From contemplation to accomplishment, until the time comes when thought gradually leads us to a place where we have a continuous sense of the overshadowing presence and an indwelling good, forever springing spontaneously into our experience. If we find ourselves surrounded by confusion, we should meditate on peace until we feel a sense of peace. Then, as the mind returns to its objective state, it brings an atmosphere of peace with it, which dispels the confusion just as a light dispels the darkness. Thus, our meditation becomes a practical thing. It has an actual value in everyday experience. Are you trying to help because you're not helping? That's what I mean. That's why I said it's a whole lot easier to sail a boat in peace, in calm waters than it is in turbulent waters. So if we are confused, we go and meditate until we're not, until we're peaceful. And then we come back and talk, which is one of the reasons why sometimes when you're caught up in a problem, you set the problem down, you go away, you do something else, and then you come back and pick up the problem. Because you need to calm that turbulent mind. In giving a spiritual mind treatment, we meditate upon the essence of pure spirit and perfect life until we sense a deep inner calm, until our mind becomes fixed in the realization that we are surrounded by perfect good, by a complete and abundant life, which our mind now contemplates as flowing through us or through the person whom we are seeking to help. Thus, we join the atmosphere of our meditation with the object of our treatment. Well, that's an interesting way to put that. We withdraw from the finite and enter into the realm of the infinite, only to return again into the finite with an atmosphere of the infinite. Thus, the relative is expanded and enlightened with the essence of pure being. At all times, we should be certain that in meditation, we are not losing the self, but we are merging the lower self with the greater self. And as time passes, we should gradually come to feel that this greater self is as inseparable companion I left an article out. And as time passes, we should gradually come to feel that this greater self is an inseparable companion, an ever-present and ever-available guide on our pathways of human endeavor. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but the power and of love and of sound mind. Oh, and we're done. Pat, we are done with living without fear. Tomorrow we will take up Think Your Troubles Away. Well, I really enjoyed Living Without Fear. The title's a little off-putting. I don't know that there could be a better title, but, anytime, do you want to read about fear? No, you don't. But he doesn't talk about fear. well, he does, but he talks about all the reasons why we don't need to do it. All of the resources that we have at our fingertips, at our mind tips, that can help us not live in fear, that there's no reason to live in fear because we are connected to an infinite source, which literally has all the answers and is willing and able to provide them if we are willing and able to accept them. And that's the story. So I will be sticking with it. All right. I am going to go jump into the shower and deal with whatever is going on up here because it's a hot mess. So I'm going to encourage you. Oop, there's that yawn. I'm going to encourage you to have, well, one, take a deep breath, but have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a go be with your community day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a drink plenty of water day, a maybe bundle up day. It looks damp out there again. A do what you got to do day, a take a nap day, a give yourself a break day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. And as Reverend Jesse, at your own pace. Don't want to forget that part. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you tomorrow, possibly around 9. I'm not sure. We're just going to see how this week goes because, as I said, I'm on vacation. But I will do it every day. I will figure it out. And we're going to have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live. One of our practitioners is speaking. So it'll be interesting. He's hit the stage before and he always has something interesting to say. So I look forward to that. So, if you're in the area, come see Jim. And if you're not in the area, definitely make sure to tune in. And if you're watching this on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel, which is where it's archived, then go over to the Creative Life Spiritual Center page and see what we're talking about. If you're watching this any other time, in the month of December, scroll up one video. It'll be good. All right. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.